Hi.
Hola.
Hello.
Welcome to the Mist, where a bunch of us nerdy folk get together and play D&D. So glad you are joining us tonight.
If this is your first time watching The Mist, welcome. Please follow the Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free and it supports the show, the cast, and the crew. Remember, you can watch us live on Twitch. All shows are uploaded to YouTube typically 48 hours later, so you can catch up on all the shows you may have missed. We're going to get rolling shortly, but for some announcements.
Well, remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord.
And while you're watching us tonight, please make sure to cheer on your favorite character when they do something awesome. Your bits and your cheers show your support for the characters, and we love you guys for your support. Your subs help support the Games Tavern production quality. It lets us upgrade, helps pay the cast so we can make better shows for you.
And tonight, a humongous thank you to D&D Beyond for sponsoring this show. Go to dndbeyond.com and check it out for yourself.
And speaking of D&D Beyond, we are going to be giving away a digital player's handbook from them. Make sure you type !epic, that's EPIC, and you will see very shortly that the raffle is going to be going live. Make sure that you're following the Games Tavern because you have to be a follower to enter, and you must be present in the chat at the end of this show for the staff to contact you to win. We'll be taking entries until the end of the stream, and then we will pick a winner.
We also want to give a shout out to Shard Tabletop for their virtual tabletop. Sorry, my screen's getting cut off. For their virtual tabletop that makes playing 5e easier in person, or in our case, virtually. Shard is an amazing classic and has an amazing classic and reimagined selection of races, classes, and spells to choose from. And to make this announcement even better, just go to Shard Tabletop link in chat and use the promo code TGT Shard20 to save 20% on all subs.
Now I think it's time for some character intros.
It's me again. I was just taking a breath. Hi, I'm Daryl. Hi, I'm Daryl. I'm playing your Goliath fighter, Brigand Stonebilt.
Hi, friends. My name's Jess, and I am going to be playing Bronlyn, our Tiefling Druid.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I'm going to be playing Salem Klein, your resident rogue.
And I'm Laura. I am playing Kura, the human Twilight cleric.
And I'm Matt, and I'll be playing the Doctor, the elven artificer alchemist.
And I am Bran. I will be your DM this evening. Before we begin, I think we need a little bit of a recap of what happened last time, what events transpired.
Okay, I think it's going to be me this time. So, broad strokes, we're a gigantic titan right now. We followed one of these creatures that we've been calling either wretches or unworthy into a big hole, trying to figure out basically who is in charge. We figure we follow one, it lead us to the big boss. We follow him down, and he's like burning himself in a pool. And we're like, okay, that's weird. And then the pool comes to life and tries and eats him. And we're like, okay, that's really weird. We fight this gigantic jelly monster. We kill it. I killed it. We fight another one. We all killed it. And then a bigger one shows up. Guess what happened then? We killed it again because we always kill it, Queen. Then I got a little bored because there was nothing left to fight. And then someone found a scab and told me to punch it. So that's what I did until we found our way into a throne room. And there's this big goat guy with a cool sword and a lot of piles of money. I immediately did not like him because he started staring at Kura really weirdly and started just kind of creeping toward her. And Salem then just challenged him to a game of cards. I got more bored and really wanted to attack him. And apparently the doctor was bored too, because he just threw acid at the guy. And then it was on. And we fought him. We killed him. I took his sword. I'm very happy about that. And then luckily, the doctor, he found a doll in a loot. And it looked like one of the dolls that like transports us around. I'm personally looking forward to going to get the treasure that we left upstairs. But for now, we are all going to sleep. And that's where we ended the last time.
Very nice. Very accurate.
I don't know. There were a few inaccuracies, but we'll let it slide.
I thought he was going to say that he was really excited that I found some clothes that.
Oh, and apparently there's been a kid with us this entire time.
Apparently. It's like an out of sight, out of mind every time you turn around. Oh, yeah.
Bronlin's been with them the entire time, so I don't care anymore. So it's fine. Bronlin's been protecting the child.
Wow. Pass that buck. All right. As stated, the Mistwalkers found refuge in this body crevice for the night.
Like it.
I know there was no classy way of stating that statement.
We're in a boil. There was class was gone as soon as you created this hellscape.
Yeah,
that is true.
I set the bar. All right, you I assume aside from the doctor, who is probably meditating through this time period, everyone else is taking this time to rest up and recover. You haven't slept since you teleported into this domain, so I imagine sleep is welcome here.
As soon as I found a matching outfit for me and Casimir, I zonked out on the pile of clothes.
Fair enough.
And I am something of a bloody mess. I have been for the last couple of rounds. So before sleeping, I did my best with some water from my water skin to clean up a little bit. Then I slept.
Yeah, I just kind of placed myself in front of the entrance and then slept there.
I think what I would have done is, before heading off to sleep, there was a steel ball bearing that I had dropped into my water skin, the one that still had all that blood in it. I wanted to check on that and see what, if anything, has happened to it so far. Ideally, the steel ball bearing has started to take on some of the qualities that the stalagmite did when we were in the, whatever you want to call it, that hellmouth. So trying to figure out, is this working?
Are you just kind of sticking an eye in there to look in, or are you pouring it out into a hand? How are you checking?
So, trying to... Actually, is there like a goblet or something around that I can sort of pour this out into to try to carefully retrieve the ball and then pour the blood back into the skin?
Yeah, there's several goblets lying about.
Yeah, that's probably how I'm going to retrieve it then. And I'll take it up to the firelight to get a close look at it.
Okay. As you glance, there definitely seems to be a sort of crusting film that seems to be gathering around the ball bearing. Just seems to be like it's coagulated and sort of thickened around that solid piece that it can kind of cling to.
Okay.
And on assumption and guess, the inside of the canteen is also probably Coded.
Coded. Good to know. Good to know. I don't really have much in the way of knowledge about magic so far, but if I'm not picking up anything magically discerning about the ball bearing itself yet, that's fine. I'm just gonna drop it back into the skin and seal it back up.
Nothing that stands out as a particularly. It's certainly odd how it's congealing, solidifying, but you're not picking up like a strong magic from it.
Got it.
It seems probably much more of a chemical kind of response than the magical.
Good to know. I won't bother the doctor just yet. I'll let him have his meditation. I myself will find a spot in the corner to lean up against and tilt my hat down, get some Z's.
All right.
Well, once I'm done doing my my meditations, I'll wake up long before, and I get to work. Basically, I'll flip the table that Bronlin had flipped over. I'll flip it back up, and I will start putting up my equipment. I put on the table next to some beakers that I have liquids warming, a rather large gem, a red gem that I had taken a particular liking to. And then I will go into my bag and pull forth the dead raven that I had gotten when we were as one of the things that the guy had collected for me, the innkeeper, and I will put that on the table. And then I will begin to work. I will start concocting a brew from what I can remember of the formula that I had been so very close to getting perfected. And I will, once I've mixed up that, I will put the gem inside and swirl it around in the warming brew liquiding, and you'll see that it slowly starts to have a glow inside that red gem that starts to pulse slowly in a rhythmic fashion. Then I smile. Yes. All right. I will pour it down over the raven. When the gem comes forth, I will then get out some of my tools and start surgically opening the raven and working to replace the insides that can't still function with the gem, and using my sealing concoction that I brewed up to close the wound, stitch it tightly, and then glancing around, making sure no one's there, no one's paying attention. I will use my shock gloves to shock the raven's body. Live, damn it, live! And the raven will puff up slightly and start to breathe, and then jump up and get up onto its feet and look at me. Hello. Welcome to the world. I hope you and I are going to be very good friends. What should I name you? I know what I'll name you. Corax. Corax the Raven. You and I have much work to do. And then I'll work on some other brews, some healing potions for the day and stuff like that. All while Corax rests on my shoulder, and I'll be talking to him. And so yeah, and that's when she said as we were falling in that she didn't want to go, and it was a little late for that, I think.
Who's the first one to wake up and hear, presumably, Doc talking to himself?
How loud are you talking?
About that. About that. Not very loud. He's used to talking in a more hushed tone. So
I'm gonna roll to see if I wake up.
There's a thought.
Yeah, I woke up. 93%, 93 on a D100. Yep, I'm up. Doctor,
yes.
are you purposely trying to be creepy right now?
Oh no. I'm talking to my friend.
What?
And he keeps working. I keep working like I'm not.
He actively looks around the room, confused as to who your friend is.
And when your eyes fall back on me, you notice that there's now a raven perched on my shoulder, facing you over my shoulder, looking at you.
Okay. So my first thought, DM,
Yes.
is Bal-Torgo? I need to look at his name.
Bal-Torgo.
Is his body still in the room, or has it disintegrated?
It is still in the room.
Oh, this guy wasn't a demon. Said dead. No, not for game. It's still in the room. Okay, so my thought was he was definitely talking to the corpse of Bal-Torgo.
And normally it would disappear, but considering you're in a domain,
Yep. Okay,
All bets are off the table.
Okay, so this helped me confirm you're not talking to the dead demon over there.
Oh no, I wouldn't talk to a dead body.
Brigade gives you the most.
It's but an empty shell. Now, if we could put life back in that body.
Let's
Then
not
we
do
talk.
that.
Oh
The guy hit-
no, of course we wouldn't. Not to him. He's certainly not worthy of that.
I mean, I already took his sword, so he can.
Speaking of which, are you going to continue to use your other blade, your
Yes.
glaive, or are you going to
Oh.
use this?
I'm going to switch back and forth. The glaive has a good reach.
Okay.
Gives me 10 feet. I only have gives me a 10-foot reach on top of what I already have.
If you find that you're not going to be using your glaive anymore, let me know and I'll stop putting ointment on it in the middle of the night when you're asleep
What?
to keep the magic up. I'll use air quotes, magic.
please.
This entire time, I thought I was dreaming that part.
No, I have to reapply every 24 hours to make sure it continues that magical sheen.
You realize how dangerous that is to come near me while I'm sleeping, right?
Oh, yes. That's why I make sure to let's
Do you hit me
Anyways.
with? Do you put a sleeping potion on me before you sneak up to me?
No, it's that milk that you like so much. I give you some anyways, what's for breakfast this morning?
I wake up now.
Yes, say with that statement, everyone should be waking up roughly around with the conversations getting odd and loud.
Did someone say breakfast?
Yes.
I'm famished.
We should figure out what we're going to eat. Who's a good cook in this group?
I make excellent bread, but I don't have any ingredients.
We're in a meat castle. I don't want to eat anything here.
I'm
It's
a
true.
fair hand at cooking, but I'd rather get out of here to do it.
Well, I managed to grab some things from Staffo. If you like, I can reheat them over the fire. I'm not a terrible cook, but this doesn't need much in terms of prep.
Who all left their bags upstairs so they can put their unworthiness into it?
I raise my hand.
I left my shirt upstairs, and also my bag upstairs.
I assume the turnips are upstairs.
Oh yeah, I got to get those. Yeah, the turnips were in my bag.
Can't let those turnips go.
They literally saved our lives.
I have everything on me, even the goat head.
I have my things on me. I couldn't leave them behind and let those wretches touch them.
Of
I
course,
have
if
my
you're
back.
Fine, I'll go get our stuff. We're getting in.
Well, you shouldn't go alone. We should at least go in a pair so that somebody can let us know if somebody dies. Or we'll lose 2 people. Anyways.
Are you volunteering, Doctor?
I can certainly go. I'm not much of a climber, though, so I'd have to climb with you.
I'm well aware, Doctor. That's how you got down here.
Right.
Fine.
Certainly.
Fine. Yeah, we go back upstairs. Please don't make me roll for this.
Of course, you're gonna have to roll for this.
Yep. Because I'm
Just for gaining doc.
got a pheasant that's up there.
Give
Is
me
this-
that athletics check.
You are the brute squad.
On the Brute Squad. Dirty 20.
It takes, there's just so much muscle memory of just climbing ropes. So having the chain just adds even a better grip for your hands. So you make it up, in no time.
You're very good at that as I'm holding on to your neck.
Yes, I had to climb up a bunch of ropes when I was on a sheep. Also, rock climbing is a sport where I'm from, amongst my people.
I would love to be able to harness that ability into a potion. That would be.
If you do anything to me while I'm asleep, I'm going to hurt you.
No. I'm asking you. If I could take that strength and harness it into an ability concoction that somebody could drink and then have the might that.
Doctor,
What?
you're being weird, and I'm literally in control of your life right now.
Oh, that
Please.
is true.
Stop it.
All right.
You make your way to the platform, and as you lift yourself and the doctor over the ledge, there is indeed a pile of treasure where you had laid your shirt. You don't see the shirt, but presumably it's under this pile of coins and bits of treasure.
This is exactly what I wanted. I take as much as I possibly can. Put it in bags, whatever is around, because I make a big show of it as well. Oh, look at this pile of unworthiness. I believe you have all shown yourself to be incredibly unworthy in the eyes of your leader. We'll take this down below to get rid of it and just start.
You
building
see a lot.
treasure.
Some of the wretches watching as you are piling as much as you can. There's a bit of whispers. That was mine. He took my crown. It's gone. I have no crown.
Yes.
I'll gather up all the bags of all the others that had left them there and kind of shoulder them on my back.
Immediately check for the turnips.
They remain there. I'm going to say, honestly, you're able to carry maybe 15 to 20% of what was laid out.
That's fine, because we don't know how money works in every other place. So, just put you on the spot. How much would you say?
We'll do that calculation a bit later.
Yeah. I'm just messing with you.
Needless to say, none of you have seen money like this. And wow, you could really buy that whatever it was you wanted.
Not to mention all the gold that is down there in the little hideaway.
Exactly. So let's go. Let us go, Doctor. We will expunge of all these unworthy treasures from other lands down below.
Yes. Very good.
Okay, so
You've all shown your unworthiness. Go ahead and crawl up the hill there and let the finger scratch you.
They're all kind of down on their hands and knees, just watching the two of you now descend back.
I put my shirt back on. I feel richer at this. I'm going to buy something unnecessary the first chance I get.
I would certainly wash this shirt.
Yes, it is filled with murder. Let's go.
And of course, you have to roll again.
I know what I have.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Woo!
It's
Like a trapeze artist, you just slide down that rail, just perfectly in line.
Whoa, you're showing off now.
It's like doing like a silk show. Just
Exactly.
Oh god. Oh god.
no, more accurately, I'm going full blown Quasimodo, just swinging down the ropes.
On a few of those swings, you're able to catch every single coin that should have fallen to the ground. You're able to swing, catch it, put it back in a pouch as you just make your way down.
When we land, you probably hear Brigade go, "Sanctuary." Okay, let's go. We make our way back to the treasure room.
All right.
Okay, guys, they gave us so much gold on top of what's here, but they I have a crown now.
Does it fit you?
Puts it on his arm. Fits on his forearm.
Did we, when we came here, right, did the little totem disappear, or do we still have that?
You still have it.
I pull it out of my jacket pocket. It's right here.
So potentially, we could come back if we wanted to, after spending all of the gold, whatever we wanted.
That is a possibility. I like the way you think.
We could, theoretically, just leave it exactly here. Hopefully the scab will heal over, and we'll have, if we gain the amount of control that the poisoner had, which he seemed to have a abundance of control over where it was he was able to travel, we could come right back here without much trouble at all. No one would ever know we came and left.
Right. Do we think that the Titan is going to stay here?
I don't know.
There's honestly no way to tell. Not at this point.
So are we going to go or are we going to explore?
I have no want to stay here.
Yeah, there wasn't much didn't look like there was much to explore out there.
I scrunch up my face at the thought of exploring this body.
Casimir clutching your hand kind of gives a similar nod and a scrunched face.
What? You don't know this body could be a wonderland.
Right, so we're leaving, right?
Slides.
Getting out of here.
Doesn't seem much reason to stay.
Who has the
had
new
the
dog?
totem?
Yes, what Bunlin said.
I believe the doctor still had it.
Yes, I have it right here. I'll hold it up. Two trees that are split. Yes.
Did we have to hold hands the last time?
No.
No.
I think we should all just get in a circle though.
Yes.
You could hold hands this time.
I grab the nearest hands to me, so Casimir and whoever.
By the way, before we get out of here, I have been trying to discern if what happened to me, my arm, has anything similar happened to anyone else.
Not that they've shown you.
Nothing new here.
Not to my knowledge.
I was just curious as to whether this, I turned my arm over, was a sign of having ended the Lord of a Realm, or just the fact that I ended a celestial being.
If I might, it could be because this person wasn't a Lord of the Realm, but rather a liar. Perhaps the Titan is the Lord. As weird as that is to say.
It's a consideration.
In Infernal, I pip over to you. I think it might be a curse that has to deal with you slaying the celestial being. It has to be.
Does it? I suppose it's not even really here or there right now. Just a wonder.
Why did they keep growling at each other?
I look over at Brigane and go,
Could I answer an infernal? Was I able to?
You are?
Wow, okay.
I hate to leave all this gold. It's, I feel almost like a kid on the day of Heart and Hearths. It's tragedy. Hopefully we can get back here.
I have not put down any.
Well, no, that, but I'm talking about
Oh,
all
this.
of that over there, the big piles.
Well, you want to keep a lot of your assets offshore. That way the government can't get to it. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes. All right, so are we ready? Are
Yes.
you ready?
nod and
Ready.
close my eyes.
All right, here we go. Then I will kind of do what I saw the poisoner doing when we last left.
You clutch the trinket, hold it, and you remember a statement about a willpower, and you just kind of feel the effort and the energy and the hope and everything in your body. Just focus onto this trinket, and nothing happens.
Huh. Perhaps we all need to be thinking now, because we didn't all need to think about this weird place to get here.
It was sort of an innate usage of it. Your earlier comment about this creature not being the true Lord, I think maybe more accurate than our first assumption.
Doctor, do you reckon that you could get us to, I don't know, say the heart valve of this Titan?
With the other one? The trinket.
Like, could you navigate? This
Oh,
body?
through the body. I mean, theoretically, yes, but That'd be quite a trek compared to the size of. Judge the boil by a pour that's inflamed. That would be more sizable than it normally would be. I guess yeah, but it'd be a heck of a journey, an incredible journey, one might say.
Did you and Bergain see the poisoner still here when you went up?
You never really left the platform. You loaded up your treasure and went right back down.
We'd never left the platform.
It might be worth paying him another visit.
To be beholden to that jerk.
Okay, don't start. You're the one that's being the jerk here. So, we're going back up. Who needs a ride? Besides the doctor.
I'll climb.
I'll make my own way.
Casimir raises a timid hand.
I just put my hand down and let them climb up on me.
Just kind of
We should get you fitted for some seats.
No. Okay, let's go.
I think 2 rolls is enough. I'm not going to force you all to keep.
Let's hold on that nat 20. We all get up.
That's right.
It was so inspirational, we didn't even need to see
have
it.
a Sherpa at this point. You know, Brigade knows this climb so well. He can guide all of you.
And he has a shirt on this time, so no one's just holding on to this just bare-chested beast of a man.
Within some moments, you make your way to the platform.
Once I'm up, I'm gonna peek my head through that fold where we came from, where the poisoner had brought us through, just to see if he's there. If not, I'm gonna head to the other side where the wretch who had ascended was going. I'm not gonna look too hard for him. If I don't see the car,
Go ahead and give me a perception.
perceive. I can perceive things. And that's one of the things that I can also add a D4 to. That is going to be a 19 in total.
19 total. As you peer through the flap, the wagon is gone. The poisoner does not appear to be there. However, you do see a wretch clutching something in his hands. And that's a shock of color from the paleness of him in this area. It's that same dark purple that the poisoner's caravan was colored. It's a thin, seemingly envelope or pages.
Okay. Well, with a hook like that. All right.
Nothing here, folks.
No. I turn back over my shoulder. Poisoner may have left, but I'll be back in a moment. And I go to the wretch holding the parchment.
Looks absolutely ecstatic to see you, as he just nearly pushes you, trying to hand you this envelope.
Yes. Thank you for your offering. You are far less worthy now than you were before.
Nods, mostly toothless smiles, much older fellow. I'm a servant. Kind of chuckles as he makes his way around the corner.
Now, is it actually like an envelope that I need to open, or
It's an envelope you would have to open.
Okay. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to take it back over to the others.
Sure.
I believe we have a note. And in front of everyone, unseal it, Is there any sort of distinctive marking on the outside before I do that?
It's definitely an elegant of stationery. There are some beautiful swirls and line work. It's clear that it's quality paper, but no particular like brand seal or anything.
Okay. Interesting. Distinctive handwriting, though, I'm sure.
Oh, it's a lovely penmanship, naturally.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, yeah. It doesn't say anything on, like, per se on the outside.
Not on the outside.
Okay. And I'm opening it. Oh, dear DM. What does it say?
As you hold up the paper that's been folded into it, you notice it's a bit weighted. There's clearly something a bit more weight than what a paper would warrant in its own. But at the top, it simply says, "To my favorite customers. Shame I couldn't stick around to see you return, hear of your adventures, but, well, I'm off to join the circus. Here comes a calling, and I think I will follow. Enclosed is one ticket. Unfortunately, it was all I had, so use it wisely. It should get you there and back again. Hopefully you can find a way to bring all of your friends in the future. Best of luck, and may you continue to travel the mist." Poisoner.
Just simply, elegantly, poisoner. Okay.
And sure enough, as it starts to somewhat slide out of the paper, you're able to catch it. There's a beautifully manufactured ticket. It has gold foil and that very royal blue cobalt coloring to it, and it simply says "admission for one." In a smaller print underneath an etching that looks to be, circus tents, is a Tombali traveling circus.
Well,
Are we going to do the concentration thing with this and try to get to the circus?
Certainly worth a try.
Don't think it'll work for all of us.
That is a problem.
Right, and I'd hate to try and then just one of us randomly gets taken. That wouldn't be too good.
no. If it does take us, though, and we are in need of more once we're there, I believe I can help with that. However, the magic itself I may not be able to reproduce.
I need everyone to give me a perception.
Perceiving. 22 for Salem.
22 also.
Oh!
16.
Jeez.
12.
7.
So the doc is in a thought process mode. He's trying to consider the magics that might be used or could be replicated on something that you assume is basically a teleportation scroll, sort of fancied as a ticket. The rest of you see a flash of color overhead. It's just an instant. It's not a shadow cast. It's more of just a quick, light, reddish, just
This is inside?
movement.
Or... Because I don't know
Oh,
if
you did
anyone
return
else-
inside.
Yeah.
But there's a big opening to the outside that we can see out of, I believe. According
Yes,
to this drawing. we
That
can
sounds
see
like
it.
that sounds like canon.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at the map. You can see directly
No, you're
outside. Yeah.
Sure enough.
Okay. Flash of color. Dare I
And-
ask?
And as you glance back again, you see just this quick whip of a bright red seems thin. And it happens again. It starts to become more common. And kind of creeping down over the tent, you see just these tendrils. They don't look completely solid or physical. They almost seem, somewhat between a intangible and almost liquid. There's a weird kind of, depending what light catches it, but it appears to be almost a blood red color, but as if illuminated from the inside. So it's not just that deep dark red. Several of them just seem to touch down on the platform where you were. Another one. And you see a humanoid figure slowly dropping down. These red tendrils seeming to follow this female shape as it just drops and sets foot on the platform.
Okay.
Everyone's seeing this, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does she look wretched or
Not at all. She looks perfectly human. Brunette hair, a bit pale. Soft on the eyes, but not something exaggeratingly beautiful. Simple.
insight check? I don't trust this.
Insight check.
Immediately, is this person about to try and kill us? Nat 20. Holy crap. I have advantage on these, but Nat 20.
You do not see a viciousness in the face. It's still kind of hard to read since you probably haven't seen someone in this presence, but you don't see like a raging anger in the face or like a hunger to the eyes. It seems relatively calm face. But she does instantly focus on the group.
Salem, so sniff these two and see if you can tell if they smell different to you. And I hold up both the ticket and one of the totems.
Is that really what's happening right now? What? A person just
What person? Oh,
Doctor. We have a guest.
ascended.
Oh, wayward traveler. What brings you to this plane of tranquility?
As she moves a bit closer to the group, you can see that she's being propelled by these red tendrils. They all again, almost like an octopus around the sand, who seems to be climbing over. She holds her chin in her hand and looks over to you lot. You have something of importance to me.
is it
Again, tosses the crown that he took.
is it the child?
What?
Ma'am, I'm afraid you may need to be a bit more specific.
You took something that does not belong to you, and you have it now.
It's definitely the child.
Right, you still need to be a bit more specific.
No interest in these baubles. You know what you did.
I look over at Regain and Bronlin.
We lost the feed. Oh, we're back. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Rewind that maybe a little.
Yeah. Say that one more time, Bran.
I am not so interested in these baubles that you carry. You took something very important from me. It's the first time you see a bit of a raise to the voice.
You saw it?
I look over at Regain. Well, everything else has not been quite so as important as a person, I think. Maybe this isn't what you are referring to. And I look back at her.
The child. It's
She's originally looking at Brigane. She's like, it's just another trinket, but go on, enlighten me. How did you get it? Now tell me how you got it, and then you will understand what you took from me.
I'm just thinking about all
I-
the things I've taken over the years.
I squeeze Casimir's hand and kind of body shield just a little bit.
You said she's looking at Brigane.
She dismissed the blade
Oh,
that Brigane was offering. Is this a trophy to you? You find some enjoyment? She holds out a hand. Simply return it.
do you mean? I look over at Kira. The thing, the dead dude.
I doubt it.
Are you going to show it, or are you keeping it hidden?
I very rarely show it. Are you talking about this?
Are you? Are you exposing the mark?
Yes, did I cut out?
I think a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I showed the mark just very warily. I ask, is this what you're talking about?
Her face sort of shifts when you expose the mark. It's like, not yet, but we will talk about. She gives like an exasperated, give me the head.
Salem.
Oh,
Curious. This creature belonged to you?
He was a very good what is a step above pet?
Depends on how affectionate you are with your pets.
acquaintance.
Clearly not very much for Mr. Brigane.
He was an incredible acquaintance.
Then in what way are you the owner of this head?
In the sense you took something very important to me.
Just give her the head.
There was not much good company here, I don't think. She waves her hand at the huddled wretches that have, kind of crammed themselves up against the walls away from this as much as they can, but still leaning in to watch.
Oh, but they're very unworthy. That one there, he was just talking about how you and he were very tight, like this even, weren't you? And I look at one of the wretches, just one in general.
Didn't he say he wanted to leave?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was going to try and come with us. It was all going. Doctor, you threw acid at that guy. Why did you start that fight?
Because he was an asshole.
So are you.
That is true, but there's only room for one asshole in this group. And he was going to come with us, so.
Not necessarily.
But before I think we'll get ahead of ourselves, pardon the rudeness. My name's Salem. And yours? And I extend a hand out to the one.
She extends the slender hand to meet yours. Elder Lodo.
Elder Lodo. A pleasure. And
That remains to be seen.
Oh, no. The pleasure's all mine. Doing the whole Southern gentleman kind of thing of like taking the hand and doing the whole kiss, like putting on the whole show. The whole show. Now, we had a conversation at length with the acquaintance of yours. Never once mentioned yourself or much of anyone else. He seemed to think he ruled this land, this creature which we find ourselves on.
Of course, that's what he said.
And if you were so important, why would he not have mentioned you?
So I won't be bothered by every fool that thinks they can immediately come to me. He was there to deal with this rabble. You know, she waves both hands. There's just drops of red kind of splash away from them. This lot here, showing at all the wretches. Every last one of them is a duke or a prince or a lord. Do you know how self-titled, how boring, how absolutely useless they are?
From personal experience, I can say 100% I understand. They are two-dimensional beings, all of self-importance.
They have no experience with life. Bal-Torgo, my acquaintance, he was different. He was my little rotted gemstone in this place.
How did you get here?
Rolling her fingers. I was betrayed and thrust into here.
Elder, Bal-Torgo made a claim that we never could quite follow through on. He claimed that he could travel throughout the different realms. Is this accurate?
Absolutely not. You saw him. He would have said anything to have interesting company.
And is that what draws you? Interesting company.
Well, currently, since you so quickly put an end to my prior company, I do believe you are going to have to substitute for some time.
Well, and I look at the others. I don't think we have much else to do here. I Perhaps you have some better accommodations, some place for us to talk that isn't amongst the, as you put it, rabble.
Yes, of course. Of course I have better than this. Again, she holds out the hand towards you, Salem.
Might I ask, what is it you need this for? Is this something personal?
Personal in the sense that you killed someone important to me?
Oh, he's important now. Before he was just an acquaintance. Barely above a pet.
I never said barely. I said a step above.
Pets are very important.
I place a hand on Doctor's arm. So, if I were to give you this,
Would it
head.
keep you alive just a bit longer? Yes. Perhaps.
Life
This is not
isn't
some sort
interesting.
of bargaining. You are holding the head of someone I cared about.
I agree with her. Give her the head, Salem.
Well, I find it interesting to hear the actual truth from folk. Now that you've admitted of your care of this individual, well, of course, is all yours. And very unceremoniously, I pull the head out by the horn and just toss it to the ground. Have him back.
There's just a moment where her eyes lock onto yours. Before the tendrils kind of pull the head of Bal-Torgo up, sort of lifts it into her view. You see the tendril just sort of kind of starting to spin around, and within a moment, you're not quite sure where that skull went, where that head went.
Is there something else we may help you with?
I'm very glad you asked. Yes, you are going to help me. Just as I will help you. Though I'm not certain why you deserve my help. You came into my home and started murdering those near me.
Regain then pointedly looks at the doctor.
What is it that someone so grand as yourself needs help with?
I want the same thing that all of you want, and all of them out there, they want. I want to go home.
And how, per se, would one accomplish this? You say you want to go home. Well, we're the meager folk just stumbling our way throughout this place. Barely a concept of where to go, what to do.
Lost, yes. Meager, I am a little doubtful. The fact that you're here, and the fact that you're not suffering the same punishment as the wretches over there, make me think there's a little something to you all. You probably didn't end up here because you were all pompous asses in the royal court, were you?
Hardly.
No.
Far from it. Well, the royal court, anyway.
So I believe you have traveled the mist. Correct? This is
Yes.
not your first place, your first domain, as it were.
Second, in fact.
Well, you're already doing better than most. Come, we're going to have a very lovely conversation at my home. I will explain everything, and we can hopefully get you on your way as soon as possible.
Well, I'm not doing anything.
Well,
Yeah, turn back to them. Until we can figure out the alternative methods, I believe this may offer us our best course.
I do believe we're now dealing with the Lord of this realm, or Lady.
Hey, Doc, if you throw acid at this one, I'm going to chop your head off.
Oh no, I know the appropriate acid time, and this is not it.
Okay, just no, that's the reaction. There's going to be an axe coming right at your head. Whether or not it hits, one cannot say. But I'm going to be like, hey, he started it. I took him out. Just letting you know now.
That is fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
Sorry, I'm still a bit raw about the whole you've been drugging me thing.
Really?
Okay, let's go.
Wait, he's the only one that you've been drugging, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Go for it.
Such a weird character trait to have.
It's a nat 20 plus 2.
Ooh.
Yeah. He seems like he's. Drugging is a strong term.
Is it weirder if he only drugs regain? or-
Yes. Yes. You could easily just say, hey, can I see your glade? It's so much weirder.
I want to make it seem like it's going to, work all night or work the whole time.
Look, if we're getting chased by Ghast, I'm gonna trip you. That's all I have to say.
I duly noted.
This guy has incredible luck. He showed up naked, somehow got new clothes. There's a pet crow now.
He's a raven.
Whatever, I don't care. Let's go.
He didn't mean anything by it.
As you're having this discussion, Elder has made her way to face level with Casimir. Just kind of looking her face to face.
Right, can I help you? And I squat down at her level and kind of get my face in her face.
Yes, indeed you can help me. She could too. I know where you're from. She kind of straightens back up.
Kid was a chosen one.
My eyes get real squinty. And my grip just like tightens on Casimir's hand and really just ignite me right now.
She sees the fierceness in you rise. She goes, "Oh, not her. Her grandfather. I know where her bloodline comes from. It's good stock."
Okay, that's getting creepy. You're getting on dark levels now. Don't whisper good stuff to a child. That's just weird.
I assume you have everything you need?
Yep.
Wonderful. Hold on. You see her raise her hands and sort of kind of press her mouth to it and just see what seems to be a flood of that reddish bright liquid kind of pours out and just sort of engulfs and envelops around the group. It's just sort of almost like a bubble around you and just filled with this viscous warm liquid. And everything goes red. And we're gonna stop and take a break right here.
Whoo! Do we stop antagonizing?
Never. Always antagonizing. But I will say it's not always one person. At least there's
It's the same.
There's
two
a
people.
rotating.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same two people.
No.
Okay, do we have some mid-show announcements?
We do
We
indeed.
do. This would be a good time, if you're so inclined, to go check out our Patreon. The Games Tavern has a Patreon. It's a great way to support the show and get useful perks, awesome content. Latest updates include early access to the interviews from the Games Tavern Happy Hour, miniature paint plans from that Minis Paint Show, battle maps, and plugin encounters in your games. Just go to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word, and get your hands on all this amazing stuff. Just to recognize some of our regular Patreon supporters: Veritas23, Rose, Mads Productions, Michael B, and Christopher D. Thank you all for all your patronage and support.
And friends, don't forget, we have an amazing giveaway going on right now from our sponsor, D&D Beyond. If you type !epic, that's EPIC, into the chat right now, you'll get an entry in to win a digital player handbook. Again, that's from D&D Beyond. Go do that right now. And we'll be back in just a few short minutes. Don't go anywhere.
This off. Hola.
All right, I
Hello.
believe we are back.
Yes.
I don't think we have any announcements coming back in, so let's get to the fun. And for fun's sake, bring us to battle map number 3. As your senses return to you, as this thick fluid just sort of peels away from you and you are completely dry, you notice immediately the air seems a bit thinner. It seems like you are significantly higher on the Titan than where you once were. The landscape doesn't seem drastically any better, but there you are. You're
oh, sorry.
Good.
I thought you were done. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, it was just going to be a joke. Keep going.
Before you seems to be a very crudely assembled citadel that seems to be of various pieces of dark iron and other metals, similar to the look of the blade Brigane is currently wielding. It's a ugly lump of scrap metal resting atop a ugly, desolate landscape.
Elder Lobo. So Bal-Torgo had said he was the one controlling this Titan. Are you the one who's controlling this Titan, and who is it? Is it a person? I mean, what's the Titan's name? Where does it reside? I have many questions.
You do have so many questions, and I'm very thrilled that you would believe me at face value of what I tell you.
I don't.
Regardless of. To answer your questions quickly before we enter my home, yes, I am controlling it. 2, I have no idea what his name is. It was here before I got here. I simply made the best out of a very bad situation. Now,
Very well.
shall we?
After you.
As we're walking, Brigade does ask, so do you always travel in like that wet fluid?
When I have to.
Is that how you control the Titan? With the tendrils?
It sounds a little crude when you word it that way,
I am crude, apparently.
and I appreciate that. Thus, I am being honest with you. Yes, it does allow me to control the situation.
Oh, okay. I'm out of
She-
questions.
Sort of raises a hand, and suddenly you can just feel the earth kind of lurch and stop. You can feel gravity suddenly pushing you as the movement of this plane of existence stops.
Did you just bring him to a halt?
I did.
It's tight. Just some guy named Keith taking a walk in the woods and just gave him a freaking seizure or something.
Shall we? I'm sure you have many more questions, and I'm sure I can answer some of them.
Let's go.
Let us go. These
I give
dark.
the kid a piggyback ride.
The kid seems very calm about all of this.
Yeah, because the kid's secretly an archdevil. We all know this now.
When we start walking towards the Citadel, I kind of walk back just a little further with Casimir, and I whisper to her in my, who's your grandpa? Who is your grandpa?
She looks perplexed. Grandpa Dave? He was a miller in the town.
What about your other grandpa?
Shrugs her shoulders.
No worries, no worries. Let's keep on trucking.
The lies this child is telling
You. Bronlin, you suddenly feel one of the tendrils graze just underneath your chin.
Ma'am?
I promise all will be explained in time.
I respond in Infernal. Were you just listening to that?
She responds in Infernal as well. You were speaking quite loudly.
I said in a whisper. What? Okay.
That is a whisper in Infernal. It's a very yelly language.
It's all in the throat.
I'm just gonna put this. I'm gonna put this out there, Jess. We're on a gigantic body that she controls. She probably could just hear you in general.
Okay.
The doors slide open, not in any traditional sense, so much as pieces of this metal just seem to slide away. Other pieces just seem to collapse onto the ground. There's this weird balance almost of things that look intricately pieced together and other things are just seemingly collapsing and stacked upon each other and falling apart. And you step into the hallway behind her. Get us to...
In Abyssal, I say under my breath, live in a pit.
You don't see a response.
Good.
Get us to map number 4, if you would. The Iron Hall.
Wonderful things probably happen here.
You have a lovely home here, from what you've made.
It is a little slice of the home where I belong.
Which home is that?
The Iron City of Dis.
Oh. Oh, wait, but I didn't even know that. Sorry.
You can give I suppose, a religion check if you're so inclined.
Yeah, the doctor's gonna partake in that.
Sure.
So will I assume that Kara would know, but yeah.
A little bit of Daryl bled through there with that.
I saw that.
So the doctor rolled an at 20. Plus 3.
Brigade rolled a 4. I mean a 5, but it turns into a 4.
21.
Kura and the doctor. If you heard her correctly, as you think you did, she just stated that her home is one of the hells. Saying a particularly nasty one be redundant. All of them are particularly nasty. This one seems to be one of an ever building, ever collapsing iron city. And it seems to be generally a place where a lot of prisoners are kept.
Would it be safe to say you can probably make a guess as to her nature, knowing that.
It would probably allow you to make quite a few assumptions.
Regan leans over and goes, "What is the Iron City? Does anyone know?"
It's in one of the hills.
It's in one of the hills. Okay. I am now concerned because she said she knows the child's grandfather and she's from hell.
The pieces are coming together, my friend.
I mean, the poisoner said that there was something about the child, so.
One thing at a time.
I mean, she's still a sick kid, it's fine. So, what do you want from us?
I want you to get me back to my home.
In hell.
That is correct.
Any clues as to how to start that adventure?
Unfortunately, not a whole lot to go on. I'm sure you've figured out. You did move yourselves through the mist, correct? You found the way to travel through.
Well, it's a bit more complex than that. See, it doesn't seem to work as we had been led to believe as easily, or
We're still learning.
I would say we have the means, but not the knowledge. We have the way to do it, but we haven't figured out how to actually use the things that we need to use to do it.
consistently.
Yes. Okay, I said that right.
So, what you're telling me is you have the key, but you don't know where the lock is.
That's a fair amalgamation.
The lock is easy. I can provide that for you. You see her wave a hand, and a couple pieces of metal wall seem to move, and one kind of collapses over as a loud clang that just, echoes in the hall. And you can see just a bit of the swirl of mist sort of creeping through.
So I think I get it. In order to travel the mist, you need to be in contact with the mist, which we were not in contact with down in the wound throne, for lack of a better place, and where we were inside and at the farmers.
Yes. Takes two pieces to complete this puzzle. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the piece that will get me home. Nor do I know directly where one is. Otherwise, I surely would have found some way to acquire it by now. Send out enough the wretches. Eventually one of them would have found it, but I have had no such luck.
What
You're
if
saying the pieces here somewhere?
Not here. I've thoroughly examined here. Somewhat, yes.
Can you tell us exactly what the piece looks like, if you were to guess? What does your home look like?
Home. And she kind of muses. She holds up a hand, and that red liquid sort of pools and starts to shape. And you see what looks to be a disc. And on it seems to be a jagged, ugly little city. It should look something like this.
Your home or the thing will look, or the thing that will get you home.
Both.
Okay. And you know that it's not here on the big body.
I am most certain of that, I'm afraid.
Okay, what if we make you this deal instead? We'll get you off this body. That way you have more places to go to find your way home. Instead of us just actually taking you home, we give you the opportunity to find your own way home.
As lovely of an offer as that is, if I were to leave this body, I would lose control of this body. And I dare say I have plans for it when I get home.
Oh, you want to take the whole thing?
I have a little bit of a revenge plan, and I could really use some muscle.
Are we literally making a deal with the devil right now, guys? And people?
We're listening.
Listening.
Okay, I was just asking.
So, what I'm offering is your way out of here. I may have one or two of those trinkets that you use to travel the mist here with me. I just need to enlist you in your travels to find the one that I want. Hand it over to me, and I can go home, and you can go about your business.
So when we get the disc thing, we come back here. You give us a trinket that
I will give you the trinket now.
No,
These mean little to me. I simply want the one trinket. I want my way back home.
You're
But
looking
then-
for yours.
But then
I
we
want you to
use
explore and find it.
the trinket in this mist, and we can go. So if we had that trinket, we could just use it in this mist right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
Well, this is good to know.
Do you happen to know where these trinkets may lead?
I have not explored them personally. She waves her hand towards the ground.
you know who does know what the trinkets could lead us to? The poisoner. We probably need to fight him.
Nah, he's in the circus.
I'm not asking you.
But he is probably in the circus.
Yes, and we have a way to the circus.
One person has a way.
We don't know. It's weird magic. That's just it. A doll brought us here. Who's to say that the ticket just takes you to the circus?
Because the ticket says admission for one.
Yeah, but
Elder, I have a question.
Of course.
This ticket, and I pull it out of my jacket pocket, supposedly can get us somewhere and back. With all of your time here, with all of your infinite skill and ability, would you be able to discern whether this will actually only take one? Or could there be plus ones or twos or threes, so to speak?
She extends a hand for the ticket.
I don't.
Holds in her fingers and looks around, kind of holding it up to the light trying to read anything deeper into it. If I were a betting devil, I would perceive it to be one person.
Brigade kicks a rock silently.
There is no silently. Brigade kicks a little chunk of iron ore that clatters down the hall.
Another head at the
I reach up and pat Brigane on the arm.
So we're going to go out and get the city of disc thing for you. What's in it for us?
Well, I don't kill you right now for killing Bal-Torgo. That's, I think, a very sweet offer.
That is, but not a very sweet end to the offer.
Did we all agree to stop pestering the people in front of us?
No, I'm not pestering. I'm
You are
dealing-
welcome to stay here with me. I would definitely appreciate the company.
I believe
True,
you
but it
got
wouldn't
the-
get you home at any point.
No, but I haven't been home in a very long time. Having someone nice to talk to, maybe that's an even better offer. Maybe we shouldn't worry about the mist and you finding my way home. I'm going to get there eventually.
Listen, Elder,
First, you'll come along. You can stay here with me.
Yes,
you have
Doctor, you could stay here with her.
you have revenge to get to. I know what it is to have a revenge burning inside you. And I know that you're looking to twist the knife in the back of the son of a bitch that got you.
Twist the knife. I intend to bring a titan upon their home.
Ah, see? And that in itself is the most sweetest of deals.
What are you proposing?
Well, I can't speak for the whole group, but I would much like a letter of introduction from you.
Who am I introducing you to?
I'm hoping it'll open doors to me later in my journeys.
Yeah, I am.
You simply wish to ride upon my coattails?
If I might, it might help me get access to certain individuals that are beyond mortal influence.
If all you seek is to use my name to impress mortals, by all means.
No.
A deal can be made. I will
Somebody
personally tattoo my name onto you. If
somebody
that's what,
beyond
please.
somebody beyond mortal influence, somebody in the realm of deities, as it were.
She leans in closer to the doctor. And Doc, you can feel the tendril sort of curling around at your shoulders. Who is it? Just between us. Who is it you're looking for?
And I will actually pull back my shirt and pull up that medallion, the holy symbol that I was the only thing that I had on me when I came into this world.
She stares at it. Well, I did say I would be honest with you, and I'm not sure how much sway I would have in their court.
All I need is a crack. Something I can worm my way into.
I can promise to give my best efforts. to make that happen.
For the purposes I intend, I'll take that.
She gives a nod. Well, it appears I'm handing out favors now, which was, at one point, just out of my kindness to not kill you on the spot, has now become me doling out favors for the lot. So, come now, who's next? Who else wants to sup?
The doctor will step back.
I stay pointedly to the side.
I furrow my brows and just kind of look at the doctor, look back at Elder.
I need no help with revenge.
You all are going to look for this disc for her out of the goodness of your heart?
I'm doing it so we don't get slaughtered by a devil that's probably beyond us.
That's not what devils do. Devils deal.
That was the deal.
Is the mist still like smoking, Bran?
It's not thick in the room, but you can see the little gentle wisp and tendrils of mist. You feel it's concentrated wherever that opening was. Just seems to be where it's contained in this spot.
So to be clear, if we had a trinket that would get us to a different domain and we used it, we would leave. This is right? I'm understanding that?
As far as you are aware.
Oh, that was me asking Elder.
Oh. Yes, that is the long and short of it.
Right.
I will provide you a trinket. You will provide some insurance. You will go on your adventures and do whatever it is you do. And when you find what belongs to me, you bring it back. All debts are squared away.
Right. I just wanted to make sure that my entire group heard that. Just really wanted to make sure they all heard it.
Oh boy.
I'm glad to have that information stored away for later.
Okay, this is me saying this. If you're just gonna bolt and run towards the mist, like, I'm willing to follow. I've neither said yes or no to anything, so no deal has been made.
Not on my end either.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to get us there.
Yeah, Salem has it. Salem just made a freaking deal.
Well,
Salem.
Salem has one.
The doc
doctor has the other one.
I meant the doc has the one that we know of. I believe the deal here is also we get 3 additional trinkets to be able to travel around with, and also a devil. This is still Daryl talking. a devil.
Daryl?
Never make a deal with the Daryl.
You'll never regret it. Devil lives forever, and this one's gonna have a freaking titan. Much rather be a better. I'm waiting for someone to take off running towards the mist. Since Bronlin is repeatedly saying this thing that I've been thinking about the entire time anyway. Okay, I'm back now.
I just start walking towards the mist, kind of slowly, pretending like I'm intrigued by the windows and the shitty tile floor. And just kind of mosey over.
I am watching Bronlin Can I make an insight check?
Please do.
Could I make an inside check
Yeah.
on Elder? Or Elder or insider
Oh, that
perception
was
to see if
almost a nat 20, but
if they
no.
notice.
A 12.
A 12?
Yes.
I think you have a pretty good idea what Bronlund is thinking right now.
Mine was on Elder. One,
yours
to see if they notice what Bronwyn's doing. Two, to see if this is on the up and up in general. For both, if you want to either or, I got a 22 on both of those. If it's inside,
22 on both of those. All right. You are positive that Elder is aware of Bronlund's location in the room.
Yep.
But you also are pretty confident of what she's saying. She believes that you think she's keeping her word as far as a devil will keep their word.
There has not been a lot of crosstalk to have a fine print on this. Unless the thing is, if we don't return immediately, our hearts all stop. Basically, also, Daryl's trying to figure out a way to get the hell out of this situation without fighting a devil and also getting into a deal with the devil.
Don't make it complex. Simple.
Right, now, Casimir, now if you look at this, I think this might be, I don't know, maybe it comes from a gemstone. Anyone here know anything about gemstones? Right then, okay.
Bronlund, as you do that kind of turn back to the group, Elder Lodo is very close to you.
Excuse you,
With
hello.
an instant.
Can I help you?
Oh, I just wanted to talk to this lovely little one down here.
Right, you can talk through me.
It's sometimes uncomfortable, but if you insist, you start to see a bit of that liquid kind of form from her fingers.
Uncomfortable, what do you mean?
This is how Bronwyn dies.
The liquid just seems to permeate towards your mouth and nose. Give me a will save, or excuse me, a Constitution save.
Whoo!
Oh no.
Never trust the digital dice.
It is you are a complete puppet at the moment. You have no cognizance, no anything right now. But the form of Bronlund leans down to Casimir and says, "See how beautiful this area is? Does it not feel like home? You know, this is just a little taste of the wonderful place your grandfather is from. And, well, it's my home too. And I miss it so much. And I know, well, I don't know if you belong there, but it's in your blood. And maybe someday you can come along." And then Bronlund, you come back to.
Right, when I said you can talk through me, I did not mean through my body. I meant that you can talk to me and Casimir at the same time, and my
We all-
nostrils flare.
Did we all witness that and hear that? At least.
I'm gonna say yes.
I completely understood what she meant when she said it's going to be uncomfortable. Like, that was the first thought in my brain was, oh, she's going to go inside you and use you as a puppet.
Bronlin, if I may, you did give her permission to talk through you.
Not helping right now, Salem. Not helping.
Not the point.
Yeah,
Devils don't really work in gray areas. It's
No, it's all gray area.
well,
all
I mean,
gray area.
it's pretty cut and dry. If it's literal or figurative, they'll take whatever's benefits them the most.
I mutter under my breath in abyssal, to hell with you all.
Which, most of the party understands anyway.
Yeah, at this point.
Abyssal.
No, not abyssal.
Oh, no,
Abyssal.
abyssal. Okay,
Not
okay.
infernal.
All right. Fair enough. Okay, like one other person might then, and it's not even in the party.
Well, that was unpleasant to watch. I'm sure that was unpleasant to experience. Let's
It was a bit unpleasant to experience. This just kind of shift in her face as she stares at you, Braun. I'm sorry about what was waiting for you out there.
Oh, God. That was fucking terrifying. Jesus.
I just flare my nostrils at her. Fucking mad.
She basically
I'm-
just told you when you're going to die. Oh,
And for what it's worth, I think you did the right thing.
I furrow my brows and continuously just like rage flaring my nostrils. One of my hands is still connected with Casimir's, but then the other is just like in a tight fist. Just white knuckles.
Now, as I said, I am seemingly in the business of rewarding all of you for, again, killing someone close to me. Let's not forget why you're here. Regardless of that, I already made an offer to your friend over there. She points to the doctor. What is it you would like to sweeten the steel?
Not so much a necessity of sweetening the pot, but I work very often in contracts, and I would like to just make clear a few points. Now, on the route that we take towards finding this trinket for you, there will be dangers. Rest assured. What assurances do we have that we face no dangers nor threat of life from yourself if we are to find this for you?
I think I can set everyone's mind at ease just a little bit. Now, before I do this, be very careful what you ask, especially amongst each other. That is when things can get ugly. She raises up a hand, kind of high into the... You just see this dim purple kind of glow around the area of the group. And you see just runes sort of kind of flashing in tandem in light. You have a zone of truth spell around you. Everything I'm saying must be true.
There is save against this.
I don't believe so, actually.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait, are we also in the zone of truth?
Yes, we're all.
Everyone is in.
Everyone's in it.
Very well. I'm not bothering to try to resist.
Charisma save if you're going to attempt to lie.
Only when we attempt. All right.
Do you mean us harm?
Absolutely not. If I harm you, this gets me nowhere closer to my goals.
I don't mean in the immediate future. I do mean also after we have fulfilled our side of the bargain.
No, I have no intention. While you are very interesting people, and I imagine you are going to do incredible things, our paths are only connected towards this. I will go my way, you will go your way. I don't seek to collect your souls or your knowledges or whatever trinkets and baubles you may have or find on your travels. I want to go home.
I'm gonna look towards Regain and Cora. If you all have any reservations, perhaps it's best to air it now.
Of course, I have reservations.
Then by all means.
Everywhere we've gone, I have had no reason to trust anyone but all of you. Any deal I strike is with you. Therefore, whatever you all decide to do, I will help you to do it. If you all decide to help her get what she needs, I will help you. I will make no deal with her.
Doctor, I wasn't really going to cut your head off.
I was terrified that you were going to cut my head off.
I was going to punch you really, really hard in the face.
I don't see
That would probably hurt
That's-
a whole lot.
And that's the truth.
Who is it you seek revenge against?
He was, I don't know his standing anymore, but he was a fourth general of our circle of hell, of this. He saw me as an upstart, and though I do not know how, somehow brought me here.
What is the name of this realm?
It is simply known as the domain of insignificance.
Tell us what you know about the child.
I know very little about this child. I know somewhere in her lineage is just a little drop of blood from the great devil Dispatter. Just like there's a little drop of blood of some great devil inside you.
You said when you were talking through me that
You have no idea what she said through you.
fuck.
I have no questions.
Speaking to the group, did you all understand what I was trying to say earlier about the trinkets in the mist?
Oh yeah, I completely got it.
You wanted to run?
Yes, that's what I figured was they were trying to run.
It was. Oh, you were using subtlety.
And then in an instant, we all saw them the lady teleport right to your face. And that is why I kind of just stood there. Because I knew something like that would happen.
Does anybody else have anything that they want, within reason, from this devil so that we can conclude our business?
Do you have any idea where we can get more tickets to the circus?
I'm sorry. No, I vaguely know what a circus is, but I have had no interactions with. I've never been at a circus.
Oh. I do have one more question. And you all see a seriousness comes over Brigade that you rarely see outside of him fighting. Did you see anyone dressed like a Marine Admiral? That's me. Can't say it. Admiral.
An admiral?
He may have had a trinket on his arm that would look like a storm was raging inside of it. I'm not asking for your help to find him. I'm just interested to know if he may have passed through, or maybe he is someone that is now considered insignificant out there.
There is none to my recollection that would take that sort of I assume an admiral would have some sort of value to the world around them, not be an absolute waste of existence. So
He is to me. But I'll solve him of that problem soon. Thank you. That is all I had to say. Okay. It immediately goes back to just like being jovial. But you see there's like a hint of malice in his eyes.
So you had said that you had searched this entire body and there were no additional trinkets that were the disc.
Right.
Are you going to give us a trinket and so we can go and search?
She said she would give us 3 of them.
3, right?
You were trying to run away at the time.
Fuck off, Brigade.
Look, off again.
That That was nonsense. You didn't say anything.
I was speaking giant.
So I will approach Elder Lobo. These trinkets. May I see them?
Of course. Of course. She makes her way over to the opposite wall from where the mist was pouring through. And there's looks to be a metal panel. She traces her fingers and a certain sigil over it. And again, it's one of those odd spots in this place that seems to have an elegance and a magic to it. As the metal just sort of almost liquefies and peels away. You see 3 of these little carved trinkets that you've been hunting prior. The first one seems to be a mask, almost like a masquerade style, carved and set onto a head-shaped, flat. The second one seems to be a crudely carved, a little bit of a darker wood, you assume, that appears to be a ship. Sort of a ship kind of lifting up and a bit of looks like waves kind of hoisting it towards the sky. The last one, it's kind of hard to get a full grip on it. On first instinct, it looks to be like a snail shell, but it doesn't look quite like an animal, but it's definitely a spiraling shape.
Does it look like my tattoo that I have on my stomach?
Not quite.
Oh, thank God. That was from a flail snail. Can I see them from where Salem's looking at them, or do I have to walk up to be able to see them?
You'd probably have to get a closer look.
I walk up and immediately clock the one that looks like a ship on the ocean. I would like to give my vote for the one that's carved like a sheep.
I have no preference, so certainly a ship would be fine for me.
Well, I'm sure our hunt may be varied in our destination, so wherever we start, even though it may not be the end, if that's what's more preferential to yourself, my large fellow.
I put it to a vote. I ask for everyone's opinion. We have 4 trinkets that are new to us. If anyone would like to use another.
So what do we have? We've got the 2 trees crossed, the spiral, the ship, and what was the other one?
The mask.
The mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm good with the ship first. I mean, presumably we'll get to all of them eventually. So unless somebody else has a strong feeling for one or the other.
I appreciate your confidence.
Seems as good a place to start as any.
Remember, you're in the zone of truth, so that was genuine.
Considering how little we know about any of these, as Cora said, it seems to matter little which one we actually choose. We are set in what our goal is, and We know the how, at any rate.
Did we have a heading? So, are we ready to go, or do we have more questions?
The one thing we have left is to discuss the insurance.
Brigade looks at the doctor.
Well, no, I'd have to go along.
Oh.
As much as I would really like to trust you, I really wish I could. I do need some insurance that you will return with the disc.
You want
when
the
you find
child.
it.
You want the child.
If that is what you want to offer as the insurance.
I mean, I really like the sword, and I definitely would come back for it.
I have no use for the sword, I'm afraid.
Yes.
But you have use for a child?
But she knows the child's bloodline and lineage, and that she would try to...
You're not supposed to be selling it for her, Brigade.
Is there any
What?
other thing besides leaving Casimir here with you that would suffice?
Of course.
Name what?
If one of you are willing to put up your soul, I don't intend to keep it. I'm just holding on to it so I know you'll return if you find the disc.
I look at Doctor, just a deadpan.
I'm sorry, I have things I have to do. There's not a chance that's going to happen.
I don't plan on keeping it. I'm not going to take you with hell with me. Like it's some ugly situation.
Yeah, it went
It's just a bit of insurance that you will return.
I mean, where it is on the truth, she's telling the truth. Oh, don't sell it for her. I just got it.
Now, you can leave this lovely young one here with me. I guarantee no harm will come to her.
I believe we should ask the child what she wants. She has made clear before that she would rather have stayed with someone else rather than go to a place with us. So again, what's the name again? He whispers to the nearest person.
Well, you're right next to me, so Casimir, I believe, was what she said her name was.
My dearest Casimir, my light of my eye. What would you like to do?
She's looking up to Bronlyn. And Lodo looks at Bronlyn as well. As you said, you speak through you. It seems like the child's fate is governed by your hand. She glances at the hands clutched together.
We could have left. We could have left. We could have left. We could have left.
Nope.
No, we
No.
could not have.
No, we couldn't have. You highly overestimate your skill set.
Bronlyn, you certainly could offer up your own soul.
I look over
box.
and I roll my eyes real hard. Fine.
We have an agreement.
We do.
She extends her hand out for yours.
Give the quickest handshake I've ever given in my life.
You don't feel any different afterwards, but she nods. I look forward to giving you your soul back as soon as I can.
We're still in the zone, right?
As far as you're aware.
I whispered to Kura. I was going to give him mine. But okay. Let's okay, we're gonna go.
Yes, do not let me keep you. She waves towards the opening where the mist has been seeping through.
I put the other figures in my bag, and I keep the ship out since that seems to be the consensus of where to go next. And I approach the mists. I look back towards Bronwyn. That was right foolish. I respect what you do for the child, but you offer up a lot for the doctor's sake and for hers. And I turn back and keep going. Turn forward and keep going.
I say to Elder, thank you for having us in your home.
You are always welcome here.
Are we still in the zone of truth?
As far as you're aware?
I was asking her.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks for the preview of where I've been sending people. And he kind of walks towards the mist.
Has everyone made their way?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Or is there anything we want to do before we...
Hold on, let me get another long rest in. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Let's stretch it out.
Hey, can we fight this eldritch being and try to steal a soul back at level 3?
I'm sure it'll be fine.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, no. I'm surprised.
Famous DM words.
I'm honestly shocked the demon wasn't a life-ending crisis. They're all life-ending crises. Okay.
As you,
I was gonna say again. Are we holding hands?
You make your way into this other room, and it seems to be a longer hallway with the metal sort of slatted, and you can just hear this howl of wind coming through it the whole time. And sure enough, you're in that familiar mist once again.
I'll wait to make sure that everyone is caught up before attempting the same focus that the poisoner directed me previously through.
As everyone kind of gets into the mist, I ask, everyone can swim, right?
Yes.
Of course. Is Cora wearing heavy plate mail?
Oh no.
Okay.
There.
No reason, right? No reason to ask.
I hope everyone is.
As you stand in your circle, all of you focusing on this small carving of the ship, you feel the slight rocking back and forth. Not of the giant steps, but that similar feel when you've been in the water all day and you can still just feel the wave of ocean in your body. And the gray just covers you. I think that's where we're going to stop for this evening.
All right.
We can still ramble a bit for some time. We got some time to talk. But as far as our game, that is where we are.
Good place to stop, I think.
That's a good
I think
stopping
so.
point.
That was a good.
Yes.
Oh.
Or rather, what we would call a DM loading point. The DM is loading the next level.
Yes.
We have
Don't give
many
away the
pages-
magic.
It have so many pages of ship knowledge and pirate jargon. Well, more than I usually have up.
Brigade is in his element.
Brigade's gonna regress a little bit.
It is gonna get wild. All right. I believe we have some announcements, some things to say, and
Mhm.
or we can just ramble for a while and then give our announcements. Just not all at once, everyone.
I'm
I was-
I'm just gonna call this out right now. I'm hoping at some point Brigade pulls the "I am the captain now." Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
It's too hard. It's too on the nose with how his accent sounds.
Too easy.
Far too on the nose. Are we just? Do we want to just? Are we going to keep discussing, or are we going to go into the announcements?
Let's go to the announcements.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems fair.
We can't do the sit around and drinking like we could in a home game.
That's what the
Or-
Miss After Hours is for.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, you
Yep.
get Matt. I'll do it for you if you're worried about the background noise.
No, I can do it. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Games Tavern channel. Right now, subscribing is free, and you don't miss any of the action. Access to any additional content. Your likes and positive comments help other adventurers find out about the shows, and it's just fun.
Can't argue that.
Also, so it may be a little early. I'm trying to pull up the chat now to see if we have a winner for the Player's Handbook from D&D Beyond.
And a couple people enter.
Exciting. Drum
So D&D
roll.
Beyond.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
You got my excitement up there.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Drumming, come on.
Drum rolling.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to wait
Oh,
on to the
no.
next.
anticipation.
Yep. We'll come back. We'll come back to it. I'm sure we'll have it load soon enough.
Okay. We got to do socials.
We also have
Matt's going to tell
our
us about other
friends.
shows.
We also have our friends over at Dirty Deeds on Mondays at
Yes, yes.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oof, look at me getting my time zones mixed up. They are exploring the world of Eberron. The Fallen Star Company has managed to remove the anti-magic devices scattered around New Sire and now face off against the cult of Morden to put an end to the bloodshed. Sounds amazing. I'll definitely be there, and I hope that I see you there too.
Hey, for the little robots.
Again, want to thank dndbeyond.com. Go visit dndbeyond.com. Check out all their amazing stuff there, the character sheet builder, the encounter builder, all the digital assets they've got for use in your own games. It's pretty awesome.
I would like to gush about D&D Beyond if I could.
Yeah.
Yes.
Please do.
Gush away.
Oh, well, must I say that practically everything, at least for myself, I look up through. I usually go to D&D Beyond. It is just a wealth of knowledge. It has everything on it. It has everything you think of, every monster, every demon, every story. It's all there, and it's fantastic, and it's just right at your fingertips. And it makes DMing so much easier.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I, no lie, currently have 5 character sheets open from D&D Beyond.
That's a bit excessive.
Now,
It is.
the character that I'm playing at the moment, which is Brigade, that's the one that's open, but I have 4 other ones also open.
Well, every once in a while, I'll hop onto D&D Beyond and build a character just to do it.
Yep.
Like sometimes just get that wild hair. Like, I don't think I've seen many Dragonborn bards. What would that look like? What would my Dragonborn bard be? And then just start to piece it together and just kind of just make a character and just kind of put it in your pocket for a future game.
Also, they have a thing where you can push a button and hear the monster's name
which is amazing.
So you know how to
Sometimes,
say
yeah.
it. That's
Voice-
awesome.
Voiced by the cast of Critical Role.
Yeah. It's pretty neat.
I have 29 created characters.
That's about where I am at too, honestly.
Some are NPCs that I decided
Mhm.
to have should have stat blocks. Some are PCs that I just wake up in the middle of the night and say, "Well, I have to do this now."
You know, as a general rule, you always prep to make sure my players may try to attack this person. I should have a stat block ready.
Mm.
Yep,
It's
You
right
never
there
know when-
ready.
because you never know when someone's just gonna throw a glass of acid at someone,
Mm.
Look, it was one time.
and it was the pet / friend.
Not pet. It's a step above pet.
Listen, we were all going to get there at some point.
Were we
Were
though?
we?
We
Were we?
weren't.
If
We
it wasn't
weren't.
me, it was Brigade.
I was explicitly asked not to.
Well, I wasn't.
I was not in on that memo.
Nobody told me any of this. Nobody tells me nothing.
Well, friends, do we want to wrap this up with a bow?
I think so.
I reckon we should.
So it sounds like it's time for y'all to learn where you can find your cast. My name's Jess. I play Bronlyn every week. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at Jess the Human. That's JESTHEHUMAN. I also write for the DMs Guild every once in a while, some goofy supplements. You can check them out by searching Jess Wade, or you can find my bestseller, Murder in Mossbank. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Laura.
All right. So you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Laura Perard. It's on my little, well, you can see it there on the stream, exactly as it shows up on my nameplate there. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Laura_Perard. And I also hang around on the Games Tavern Discord, and so should you. Popcorn to Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. Tonight I was Salem Klein, and you can find me on Twitter at Lord Kyle K. Daryl.
I always knew it would come down to this. Hi, I'm Daryl. I play Brigade Stonebitch, your Goliath Rune Knight fighter. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr. Daryl Dorsey, and on here on Twitch at Daryl Sucks at Gaming, occasionally doing stuff with multiple other people that are also currently in the stream, mostly just the human. Sometimes Matt, sometimes Kyle. Laura doesn't like playing some of the games we play. We'll get her though. We'll get her though. Oh, we're gonna get her. And don't worry about.
Challenge accepted.
I would spell it out for you, but I'm just gonna put it in chat, and it's there now. And now popcorn. Who's gone? Bran.
Hi, I'm Bran. I was your DM this evening. You can find me at Voice of Bran, or if you want to see what I do with the rest of my time, you can find me at Spirit o' the Wilds, where I make pretty beautiful things for you to set on fire. Bring us to Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt Fellman, and I played the Doctor, the good Doctor. And you can find me at Matt Fellman, kind of like it's spelled down here, on all the socials. So check me out there. You know, I do some streaming on occasion with some Dead by Daylight, and we got some new killers. So that's gonna be exciting. I'm itching to check that out. So
I will be a fresh victim for you all.
yes. So, and that's it. And and our tech guru Noah in the background,
Noah.
making sure when things go awry, he's there like that. I think that's a pretty fair assessment.
That's him.
to-
That's his text.
To get us all fixed up. We appreciate him.
Thank you, Noah.
MVP.
Yes.
And we'll do the gift. Apparently, our our computer is still processing the giveaway. Rest assured, we will reach out and get the winner their player's handbook from D&D Beyond.
It'll most
We'll
likely
make it
be
happen.
It'll most likely be in your messages for
Oh,
on
wait,
Twitch.
wait.
We got
Wait.
one. Okay. Yep. So
Oh.
it looks like Sonic Boom 10 Go
Yes.
has won.
Ooh, ooh.
Congratulations, you are now the proud owner of a D&D Beyond digital copy of the player's handbook. So that covers
Nice.
the base copy. Everything that is included in the actual physical copy, you can now build your character off of. Now, content on D&D Beyond is not limited there. There's plenty of homebrew stuff and plenty of the other contents that have been released since, way back when, 5e started, for you to also take part in. So if you like what you're using there and you want to go the step further, by all means. But congratulations, and our peeps are going to get reaching out to you to get that for you.
Thanks
Yeah,
all so much
yeah.
for being here tonight.
May I recommend Van Richten's guide?
Yes, yes.
You may.
We're super excited to get misty with you again next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you didn't catch all of today's episode, that's totally okay, because you can watch the VOD on Twitch, or you can watch it on Thursday when it gets uploaded to our YouTube. So
And we appreciate you.
Me?
Very much.
You. Yeah.
Yes.
You.
Yep.
Over there. No,
All right,
no, behind you.
I'm
That.
almost
Yeah.
done.
Oh,
There's a ferret behind you. All right, listen.
that
this
is my
getting-
nightmares. All right.
It's
Good
getting
night,
tedious.
everyone.
This is getting tedious.
See you next Tuesday, everyone.
See you next.
Yes.